Hi, can everyone hear me? I hope you can. How are you? Hi, Heidi. Hi, Bethany. I'm going to give everyone a couple minutes to get here. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. Let me know. Looking good. Thank you. I'm trying. Oh, I've thought about you so much. I'm so glad you guys are here. Hi. Hi, everyone. How are you? Happy full moon. The moon went full exact at 11:48 a.m. Pacific time. Um, and this is between Libra and Aries. So, oh good, you can hear me? Fantastic. Yay. Oh, Giovanni, you have a seductive name. Thank you. um, oh, my sound is echoing. Okay, hold on. I think it's because I have to mute something. Which one do I mute? Okay, hold on. I don't know how to do it. How do I do it? Oh, I'm feeling good. Thank you so much. Let me see. How do I think I have to mute one of these. Am I still echoing? I hate that. I think I have to mute this YouTube one. Oh, I'm so new at this. Am I echoey? I'm like so afraid I'm not going to be able to figure out how to change that. And I don't want to be echoey. And it's because I have the stream on. Yeah. So let's see. Okay, is this better? Am I now not echoing? Can you hear me now? Is this a lot better? Because I muted it on the stream. Still an echo? Oh, that's terrible. It's not that bad? Okay. I found your videos about a week ago and I've been enjoying learning. You go so in depth and it's all in one spot. Oh, thank you so much. Hi. We can still hear you. It's okay. All right. So I hope it's all right. I think I probably have too many microphones on. Let me try this. Okay, can you hear me now? Is this even better or can you not hear me? It's not bad. Let's do this. That's cute. Thank you, Joe Stanley. Can anybody hear me now? Is this better or can you not hear me? Because I turned off 2 microphones. I got lots of microphones. You should see it over here. It looks like a rocket ship, but we're going to get in deep. This is much better. Okay, good. Okay, good. You guys are awesome. You guys, happy full moon. And it's a pretty big full moon. I've got my chart down here. I don't know if you can see it. It's probably too bright. But if you guys are a super supporter, and I know I have a lot of super supporters on here, you already have your chart, so you know where all your placements are. And so I'm looking at my other little computer over here. So if I'm not looking at you, that's why. But what I really want to ask you tonight, you guys are cute. Thank you. What I really want to ask you tonight is 2 things. You can see my cats. Yeah, they're both here with me. They're super cute. Okay, let's go into this really quickly before I lose viewers because I want you guys to learn so much about your chart. So I don't know if you got to see my Sagittarius money video, but it was one of my very favorite videos that I've ever done. I had so much fun doing it, and I thought my editor, Carly, was just sensational on the editing. But it was my video at 9:30 this morning, and I'm so sorry I couldn't do a live. But I want to ask you guys, where do you have Sagittarius in your chart? I also want to ask you, after this live is done, if you haven't seen that video, to go back and take a look at that video. So the first thing I want to talk about is, it's the Sagittarius money video, but we all have Sagittarius in our charts somewhere. And so if you've got your Venus in Sag, your Sun in Sag, your Moon in Sag, Sag rising, Sag at the midhaven, that's between the ninth and the 10th house, that's at the top of the chart. Or if you have Jupiter in the second house, Jupiter in the ninth house, Jupiter in Sagittarius. So this is a lot of people. If you have any of those, this video that I did this morning relates to you. And oh, thank you so much. So I want to ask you, where do you have Sagittarius? So for example, my editor has Sag in Neptune. It's not anything that I just said, but she has it in the 10th house. And so it rules her house. Sagittarius rules her house of career. So if you have your Sagittarius in the second house or the 10th house, this video is for you. And I think it's really important video to watch, because when you have Sagittarius running your concept or your relationship with money, it's no small thing. Okay, so tell me some of your placements. And I want to know if there's anybody with, okay, I have Sag Mars and Moon in the 7th. Okay, so Cheyenne, you've got to be phenomenal with people. I mean, people must just love you. You must do relationships probably with a lot of pizzazz, a lot of charm, and you are like a money magnet when it comes to relationship building. And you actually have, Cheyenne, you should actually watch my Libra money video, because the 7th house is naturally Libra's house. Okay, so bring them all to me. Bring them to me. Give me your Sagittarius. And I want to know if you guys watched the video, and if not, please go over there and watch that video, because it's really different. And if you're involved with the Sagittarius, you need to watch this video, because this is their entire relationship to money, and it is very different than anybody else in the whole zodiac. And if you're a Capricorn or a Taurus and you're involved with somebody with one of those placements, you might really struggle, because their relationship to money is uniquely different. Let me see what you guys are saying to me. Sag in 4 placements, Jupiter in the second house. Okay, Susan Dion, that is pretty humongous. So Jupiter in the second house. First of all, are you wealthy? Can I take a withdrawal from the bank of Susan Dion? Because Jupiter in the second house usually brings expansive wealth, but you're also going to, depending what your sun sign is and depending where Sagittarius is, you might have a different kind of relationship with money. You might play big and lose big too. Let's look at this. Melinda, I have Sag 11th house, North Node. What does this mean? Okay, well, that's not really a money placement, although I do think you should watch the video that I did this morning, and that is where you're headed. So your North Node represents your North Star, your beacon of light, where you're going, and you're going to the place that I describe in the video today. And the video today is Sagittarius money. Susan Dion, yes, I played big and I lost big. LOL. Well, don't give up playing. Let me just see what else we got here. Marcella, my super supporter. By the way, if you're not a super supporter, come join my community and be a super supporter. You get free behind the scenes videos, and you get tons of incredible perks, and you can find out all about it. You can email me if you want to at soulnavigation1111@gmail.com if you want to know, or you can just go on my website at soulnavigation.com, and you can click the button join. It's just called like join or become a super supporter. You can see all the perks that you get. Let's see. Marcella, in the 9th, I have Jupiter and Neptune. In the 10th. Okay, so Jupiter and Neptune in the ninth. So you're a big dreamer. And that video that I did today will really speak to you about sort of, I talk about Sagittarius as being the leprechaun chasing the rainbow for a pot of gold. Wildflower, Sag rising, and Jupiter in the fifth house. Wow. Okay, so Wildflower, you're probably going to make your money through being an artist of some sort or through performance or creativity. Is that true? When you have to forgive me, I don't know why, but I keep crying today. Maybe it's the full moon. It's not real tears though. Um, Diana, I watched the video. It was great and shocking. I have Sag in the eighth house. It's my north node. Wow, interesting. So when you have your north node in Sagittarius, you're having a reverse nodal axis right now. So the south node, you have to forgive me, I don't know why I'm going through this right now, but looking at the chart today, we've got the south node in Sagittarius, and that's going to stay there for another year. But on this full moon at 8 degrees Aries and 8-degree Libra moon is at 8 degrees, and the sun is at 8 degrees Aries. Whatever you have in Sagittarius or Gemini, if you have a lot of Sag or a lot of Gemini, there are karmic lessons, and you're standing on a destined fault line. You're standing on this is a karmic year for you. If you are a Sag or a Gemini, and if you are an Aries or a Libra, or if you have planets, at that axis, Aries, Libra, Sag, Gemini. What I'm trying to say is today and for this whole year, but especially today, it kind of marks the end of something, and it also marks a new beginning for you. And so I don't know if you're feeling a melancholy or if you're feeling a sense of clarity around what it is you need to let go of or lose. And if you have Sagittarius largely in your chart, I really do want, or if you're involved with the Sag, I do want you to watch that video. I tell a lot of secrets about Sag and how they're motivated. And literally like what kills off Sagittarius energy in that video. It's really, really good. So, oh, I don't know how to say her name. Excodice. Excodissax. Sag is my first house, Jupiter in the ninth. So Sag, this is very interesting. So you're sort of an exalted Sagittarius, even if you're a Virgo, Excodisax. And because you're Sagittarius rising, so Jupiter is your chart ruler, and Jupiter is in Sagittarius's house, natal house, natural house, the ninth house. So you truly are, you're probably multicultural. You probably love living like a global citizen. You probably love different music, different food. You probably love traveling. You probably are a great explorer. You might even live abroad in your life. Tell me if that's true. Wildflower says, oh, wow, I'm very creative. It is like being home when I create, and it's where I believe I belong with my career. Thanks. Yeah, look who came to visit us. Isn't she cute? Jupiter in Sag. Jupiter in Sag is exalted. Jupiter likes being in Sag more than anything else. Ashley sending light. I'm feeling cray. I know it can be overwhelming, but this is a good full moon. Ooh, I'm a Libra with Jupiter and Gemini in the eighth house. Reem. Okay, that's pretty big. I'm a Libra with Jupiter and Gemini in the eighth house. Wow, you need a reading. I mean, that is so deep, Reem. So having Jupiter in the eighth house is very intense, if you will, because you'll have an extra load of themes that come in with divorce or death or separation, understanding the occult. That's a very mystical placement too. Um, let's see. Mm. Okay. Also, Ba- Bagai wrote, I watched your video this morning and it really helped me to understand my beautiful friend, Sag Sun, Sag Rising, and Sag Moon, free spirit. Yeah. There, the thing about what if I have no plants in Sag, but overlapping both 10th and 11th in Sag? Well, that's your career. The 10th is your career. So if you do have Sag in the 10th and you do have Sag also in the 11th, that is your career. And so your career it will probably be about justice. It will probably be about the laws or regulations. It will probably have a philosophical bent to it. You probably will want to do something very profound and powerful. But there's also a free spirit inside Sag. The thing about Sag that's really interesting, and I just recommend, don't just read your own, don't just watch your own video. This channel, I just feel like is for brighter minds. We go deeper on my channel, and I also am funny and playful and all that. I've got TikTok. If you guys want to come over there and watch my dailies on TikTok, I'm just really like lighthearted, all that. But on this channel, I really see it as a place where I want to give people the truth. I have found on YouTube that there's a lot of um, like superficial or stereotypical answers. And I'm a myth buster. And I also tell you the truth. And astrology is very complex. And I do want to explain it in a way that you can understand the different layers and levels. Um, and so you guys should leave me a comment on, what don't you know about that you want to know about that you haven't been able to find on my channel. Um, oh, thank you. Famil. I barely know how to say anybody's name on here. There's like so many complex names, so please forgive me if I'm just butchering it. Um, and if you guys want to super chat me, I'll look at your chart in more detail for you. Um, and I'll happily do that. Okay, let's see. I can't wait for the Soul Navigation University that I can just sense is coming. I love her. Aw, Famil Hasham. Where are you from? Everybody tell me where you're from. I want to know. I'm in Seattle and it's certainly not boring here. It's beautiful, but I'm not from Portugal or Bahrain or, Abu Dhabi. And I wish I was out traveling right now. Okay, let's see. Siphonia Alvarez. All right, ignore all my comments. Cool. My stellium and placements mean nothing. Take care. Wow, I'm so sorry. I wasn't paying attention. Um, yes, she's probably gone, so I probably don't need to go back and find those. Um, it's so hard, right? When you have 127 people, you can't get to everybody. I'm so sorry. So sorry if I didn't get to you. Alberta, Canada. Aw, Alien in the Woods, 3:20 a.m. in the UK. Probably can't sleep. Boston. Okay, so Elizabeth says something interesting. She says, hello, I have a vertex in Sagittarius in the 6th house. So the vertex is very, very interesting. That is a very sensitive spot in your chart, and it's a soulmate spot. And when you have transits that trigger your vertex, they sit in conjunction or they sit in aspect to your vertex, opposing or next to or in trine or sextile. That is how do I say it? That is like a soul mate connection. That moment in time is very profound and important. And when you meet somebody who sits on your vertex, or their sun sits on your vertex, or their Venus sits on your vertex, or Mars sits on your vertex, then you're really working with somebody who you have like a karmic contract with. That's so sweet of you, Giovanni. You're such a doll. Thank you. Um, what is fortune? Stan asks, what is the part of fortune in the chart? The part of fortune is, it is a formula that is divided by your moon, your sun, and your rising sign. And it creates, it's like the moon plus the sun plus the rising sign equals your part of fortune. And a lot of people believe, and I do too, that this is where your guardian angels, that this is my interpretation. A lot of people will just say this is your good luck point in a chart. But in truth, this is where I believe that you receive gargantuan blessings. I also believe if somebody sits on your part of fortune, this person can be a guardian angel for you in life. And I really believe it's true. My dad, who passed away, and if you guys are a super supporter, you probably watched my death chart on how to read a death chart. And I talk a lot about my dad in that. His soul sits right on my part of fortune, and he truly was a guardian angel in my life. And so the part of fortune is really quite a lovely, it's a lovely, lovely placement. So when the sun crosses your part of fortune, that's a good luck day for you. Oh, Heidi, thank you for the $5. I have my North Node in Sag in the 8th house and Neptune in Sag in the 9th house. What's in store for me? And I love you, Mare. You're so sweet. Well, North Node in 8th house in Sagittarius is no small thing. So it's almost like you are going to be shaped by the mystical aspects of life. You are here to cultivate your deep intuition. You're here to understand and live by truth. So if you're going to be here to understand what is true, then you're going to be lied to a whole bunch, right? You also will have with your North Node in the 8th house, and I don't mean this in a scary way, and you're so tough, Heidi. I know that you can understand this, but you're here to sort of master, you're here to sort of master or embrace a more truthful understanding about death and dying. And you will build your philosophy, you will build certain truths about life through understanding death. And the themes of life and death are going to play out very large in your life, not in a bad way necessarily, but in a profound way. And we do already know that to be true with you. And with Neptune in Sag in the 9th, that's really quite lovely. And what I want to say about that is, you know, you've got big dreams inside of you. Now, I think you have to be willing to allow yourself to keep your dreams big and not shrink, not play small, but step into that Neptune in the 9th. You really need to travel. You need to experience all kinds of cultures. You need to see the world when it's time. Get out there and travel and explore, because Neptune in the 9th really wants to understand the world at a global level. Okay, I can't read everybody's, so please forgive me. I'll try to read some. Okay, Elizabeth writes, I have the Vertex in Sag in the 6th, nowhere else. Meaning no, you don't have Sag anywhere else, or the Vertex, you're only going to have the Vertex in one place. Thank you, Wildflower. She said, sorry about your dad. It was many years ago, but it's still, you know, it's hard. And if you guys want to learn more deeply about astrology, come be a super supporter, because you will get your whole deep dive natal report. I mean, you will get so much depth and understanding. I have a soulmate series, so you get my private videos. I have to do another one soon. Let's see. Oh, Elizabeth Nicole, that's a big undertaking right now. Okay, Heidi, so her goal is to move to the Netherlands. Exactly. Don't play small. Angie, my part of fortune is 3 degrees conjunct Neptune in Sag, and Neptune conjunct, as in Pisces. I don't know what that means, but if your part of fortune is conjunct a planet, you have to think about that planet is trying to bring in blessings to your life. I'm an Aquarius sun, Pisces moon, Leo rising. Deep enough? LOL. My name means understanding in Arabic, by the way. Oh, that's beautiful. Um, that's so beautiful. So being an Aquarius sun and a Leo rising, it tells me that your sun is probably in the seventh house. And with it being in the seventh house and with your Pisces there, you really are a person who likes to connect to other people. And there's a part of you that really does want to see the world and experience the whole globe. Aquarius is the humanitarian. And you probably are a real love, and you probably are quite charismatic, and you might be a little bit more outgoing than your peers, if you will. You might be considered more of an extrovert. I know the Pisces moon probably keeps you introverted, but there is an extroversion about your chart, or there's a secret desire to be a little bit more exposed than what you've been able to do. So, and when I say exposed, I'm not talking about your physicality. I'm talking about your soul being, really revealed. That's for Famille. Carmela, Moon, you guys, I just love that you know where your placements are. Is there somebody who does not know where their placements are? Because I can look them up for you if you want, if you don't know where something is. Okay, Carmela, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful. Moon, Uranus, and Jupiter tightly conjunct in Sag in the 8th house. Neptune in Sag in the 9th. So you have a lot of Sag. Okay, the moon and Uranus and Jupiter. So that's pretty big. I mean, that's an enormous aspect right there, Carmela. The moon and Uranus together is really tough. That's emotional upheaval, emotional twists and turns. And when Jupiter is with the moon, your feelings are quite big. They're really, really, it makes your emotions magnify. Whatever Jupiter touches in the chart will make that part of you be extra, extra, extra big, extra bold, extra enormous. So if it touches the moon, it's going to be extra sensitive, extra maybe thoughtful, extra feeling, because the Jupiter is like a magnifying glass by 13,300 times. And I talk a lot about Jupiter. If you guys want to understand Jupiter, really watch my video that I did today, Sagittarius money. And if you have a Sagittarius in your life and you're just feeling like, God, I do not get them. I do not understand them. I don't get them. Oh my God, watch that video. So it's sometimes not just for you and your placements, but when I understood, for example, my stepdad, he's Sagittarius rising and he has his moon in Sag, but he's an Aquarius. When I understood his moon and his rising, I got him so deeply because I didn't just take him as his sun sign. And it shows me kind of how to love him, and I'm a better person to him because I get his moon, I get his rising, and those are in Sagittarius. And so when I did that video this morning, I didn't do it this morning, but the video that I did this morning, Sagittarius money, I don't know, I couldn't help but to think of him, and how so much of what I said really fits the deeper part of him, the moon part of him, not necessarily the Aquarius part of him, but the moon part. So it's really fun to grow compassion and empathy for other people through astrology. So watch the videos that are about your friends, even your enemies, like people you can't stand. Go watch whatever video that is about. And it's weird. You'll develop an empathy and understanding and a compassion. Recently, I had a really rough time with somebody in my life, and I had to go back to their chart to really look at it, to step into the empathy for them rather than just staying irritated, right? Let's see what you guys are saying to me. I wish I could see all of you. 88 Jaden, yay! Can we send our birthday if we don't know how to interpret our placements yet? Sure. If you want me to look you up, send me a super chat and I will. I'll look up your chart for you. So, and I'm only going to stay on here for an hour because my family will hate me if I don't pay attention to them. But I'm so happy all of you guys are here and I want you to learn. I genuinely do. And I hope that comes across in my videos. I really want to give you the truths. Sun, Pisces, Moon, Cancer, and Leo rising. Well, Stan, that's fun. I hope you watched all my Pisces, all my Cancer, and all my Leo videos. Even if you don't have the placement, for example, my Leo in Love video, Stan, you should watch that, but you will just take that video and that might not be how you are in a romantic sexual relationship as much as whatever your Mars sign is, but that will be how you approach life. And so you can take the any video that I do on Leo and you can think about what I'm saying and put it into your planetary placement. Yeah, I know. Elizabeth wants me to do the Uranus conjunct Neptune. That's so giant. I will. I got to get through my money series. How you see money in a chart. I got to get through my money series and I still owe 4 more rising signs. I know. I'm missing like Gemini rising and a few others. And then maybe I'll consider that. Your Leo rising was intense. Did I do a Leo rising? Oh, my Leo rising was intense. And I really had to hold back tears in that video. That was also one of my better videos, I thought. And it really brought tears to my eyes. And oh, 88 Jane, you're so sweet. One thing I want to tell you is that sometimes I actually cry in my videos because I am so profoundly moved. I can channel the energy. I'm also a psychic intuitive and a medium. I don't know if you guys knew that about me, but in my readings, I do those readings and I read the tarot. You probably know that, but oh, you guys are sweet. Thank you. I'll try to get to all of these. And but what was I going to say to you? Oh, sometimes I channel the energy so deeply, I'm moved to tears. And that Leo rising moved me to tears. And Leo rising is a really interesting rising sign because there's such regality in it that when you remove the mask of a Leo rising, it's like taking off the shell on a snail. And it's very, very painful to see the vulnerability that lives inside of a lion. And so I did that in the Leo rising video. So if you guys know Leos, or if you've got a Leo in your life that's driving you bonkers, or you just can't stand them, or a Leo rising or a Leo moon, watch that video. Oh my gosh, you'll love them again after you watch that video and you'll see how deeply they suffer. Okay, here's 88 Jaden. Thanks for all your help. Oh, whoa. Okay, let me put this in. And everybody else, bear with me. And 88 Jaden. Hold on. I don't have Susie today. I'm going to call Susie and ask her if she can help me. Hold on. I'm going to ask her. Hang on. She's so helpful. I don't know if she can because it's really late over there. She's in Florida. Okay. Elizabeth says, if you don't know the exact time of birth, can you figure out their ascendant? Yeah, I'm pretty good at it. I just did a reading with a lady on Friday, and she wanted me to help her figure out her boyfriend's rising sign, and she had it pegged down between Aries and Sagittarius. And I said, show me a picture of him, and she showed me the picture. And I'm like, he's Gemini rising. he's just totally Gemini rising. I could just see it. And so then I asked her a couple of questions and she's like, wow, I actually really think he is. So yeah, I'm pretty good at that. And I can rectify your chart more deeply than that to figure it out. Okay, 11/24/88. So also 88, Jaden, what you really should think of doing is become a super supporter, because one thing you get is, and you guys who are super supporters, tell them, so it's not just me. You get a report that outlines every single aspect of your chart. And so, some of the reports are 33 pages long, some are up to 72 pages. And it's a whole book on you, and you get it for free. So just consider that. It's only $6 a month, and it helps me keep my small business alive. You support a great cause, but you don't just get that. You get your whole annual horoscope, you get your natal chart, you get your deep dive report, and then you get the behind the scenes videos. So you get to learn a little bit more. Dallas, Texas. Let me just see. Dallas, Texas. And 2:30. Hold on. Okay, once I plug it in, I'll go pretty fast. So I know it's a little bit of a pause. Okay, so this is for 88, Jaden. And thank you for the $15 tip. That's so sweet of you. Okay, so you are an Aries rising. So you absolutely have got to go watch my Aries rising video. And I'm pretty harsh, I'm pretty brutal in it. And Susie says, where do I go? And if she comes on, everybody tell her, thank you. Everybody blow her kisses if she comes on, because she'll help me with all these questions, and she'll answer a lot of questions for you, the ones that I can't get to. But so you're an Aries rising, and you have Mars on the ascendant, and you are a Sag. So, and you have Mercury at 29 degrees Scorpio. So you're very deep. This is for 88, Jaden. Mercury in Scorpio is very psychic. It is super, super psychic. You come with a psychic, intuitive quality about you. But the fact that it's at the 29th degree, it will experience deep crisis. You will build your life out of crisis and out of fighting a war. And I don't know where you live or what you do, or if you're a man or a woman or what, but there is serious, like, combative crisis energy in your chart, and you're here to fight for truth. You've got a 2-degree Sagittarius, and so you're here to figure out the truth, find the truth, fight for justice. It's in the 8th house, so you're going to experience betrayal, you're going to experience liars, you're going to experience hard stuff. You've got a Scorpio, Mars, Sagittarius, so this is like doing detective work around the truth. You're probably pretty cutthroat and probably badass warrior. I don't know if you're female or male. This is a very masculine chart, so if you are female, you've got warrior, female warrior, won't take shit from other people. And you love hard, you play hard, and you have a Gemini moon. So you're born on a full moon, and you're having the nodal axis. You're having the nodal axis right on your moon and your sun. So you've got to do deep exploration and deep shamanic work, peeling your onion. And so I really recommend that you watch every Scorpio video that I have, including my Scorpio money video. That's going to really hit home. I really recommend that you understand the Sagittarius part of you. So just go watch my entire Sagittarius playlist, including today's video. And you've got to, hands down, to understand yourself, you have to understand your Aries rising, because you are born for a fight. And you're born for a spiritual fight. So there's a badass spiritual warrior in you, like samurai, or I don't know what, but, and you're super smart, but you're going to grow yourself out of grit, out of ferocity. Okay, let's just see. Susie's here. Oh my God. Everybody, please thank Susie. Woo! She's my hero. She's so my hero. Susie, the questions are just like piling up. If you can help me answer them. I'm working on the super supporters, and or not the super supporters, I'm right here on Helena. Can you look mine up? I love your channel. Okay, well, Helena, I need your info. Do you give it to me? Oh, here you go. Shoot, I forgot to put that. Okay, Susie. So Susie can answer so many of these questions. Um, oh, Susie, this Kashadisia. I don't know how to say anybody's name. I'm so sorry. I'd be the worst teacher, right, in the classroom. I'd just butcher your name. Um, is there any way you can cut and paste the super supporter link? Do you know where that is so everybody can know how to sign up? They want to sign up, and Heidi Darling is contributing to my wine fund. I love you. I love you so damn much. We are getting together. She lives down the road, 2 towns away, and we haven't gotten together yet, but we are going to soon. I'm vaccinated. I don't know if you guys are getting vaccinated, but I'm vaccinated so I can start seeing people. And Warren's here. Okay, so I'm going back to Helena. Okay, I probably should write this down. Hold on. Let me try to get a pen and write this down. Wait 1 second. Okay, she is 414, another warrior. If you guys are Aries, you're born for a fight. And I know that sounds like mean or something, but it's like you really are here to take on the world. And you want to hear my interesting Aries story really quickly, just while I talk about this. This is really interesting. Just try this on. I want to do this next thing. I really want to teach this next thing. There's so many things inside of me that I want to give you, but there's something that I call like family tree astrology. And I've done it for a couple families, and it is just so freaking thrilling. And we can do it via Zoom if you want. That's how I did it for this family that lives in a town north of me. So what I do is I take your whole family tree and I build everybody's charts. Like I build the astrological family tree. And why it's fascinating is you can see the same themes, which is just called karma, being passed down from a great grandmother to a grandmother to a mother to a child to a grandchild to a great grandchild. So like everybody has Cancer prominently in their chart, or everybody has Neptune, Mercury prominently in their chart. And it is so friggin' fascinating. And you can see the relationships of your ancestors, a couple generations, and who they were to you karmically, just by the life choices they made before you even got here. Like what trickled down to you. And sometimes it's trauma and sometimes it's blessings, but it is so cool to see. And it really empowers young children, like young adults, like 19 years old, when you get to see the whole family tree astrologically. So I wanted to tell you that I'm not an Aries. And as a matter of fact, I really don't have any Aries in my chart at all. But I have 4 grandmothers in my life. So I have my stepfather's mother, I have my father's mother, and I have my biological father's mother, and then I have my mother-in-law mother. And she's like a grandmother type to me. Anyways, they are all Aries and they're all born 2 days apart, but different years. And so all these grandmother, unconditional, loving figures in my life, these women that really, had to fight for their voices to be heard in this lifetime, that are my role model, are all Aries. And so that's my Aries story that I wanted to tell you about, because it's really fascinating when you start seeing. So I started getting interested in Aries energy because I wanted to understand, why are all 4 of my grandmothers Aries? This is bizarre. Like this messaging, this Aries messaging, although I don't have it in my own chart, wanted desperately to be role modeled for me in my life, right? And they are ferocious, and in their own beautiful and elegant way. So it's really interesting. Okay, so this is for Helen, 7:41 p.m. in Royal Oak, Michigan. Okay. So you are a Libra rising. So this is for Helena Schofield. So you're a Libra rising, And are you a super supporter? You should be one, because you'll get all the information. And you have an Aries sun, but it's conjunct Saturn. So you're a sun conjunct Saturn person, which makes you pretty serious, and you have a lot of fortitude. So you might not be this impulsive Aries. You might be a more restrained Aries, but you're steely. You're very steely, and you have like a sense of huge determination. And you have your sun in the seventh house. So your whole life is going to be pretty much about other people and relationships. Um, and probably fighting for those relationships, fighting for what's important for you. You have your past life in Pisces, so you were really quite sensitive, and you came into this lifetime as an Aries, so you wanted to really understand strength. You wanted to understand your own sense of power, your own sense of duty, your own sense of responsibility. And you have a Scorpio moon, and your Scorpio moon is conjunct Pluto. So anytime the moon is conjunct Pluto, this can be very traumatic, especially since you are an Aries. So there's an emotional amputation and therefore transformation. So there's something very, very, very emotionally deep, and you've probably experienced deep emotional trauma in your life. Born in 1998, so you're fairly young, so maybe you haven't yet, but you might have had a hard birth or even a hard relationship with your mama. Let's see. Oh, good, all these super supporters. Let's see. So I wanted to see if Helena was talking to me, but you're having this full moon happen in your house of yourself, the first house, and other people. So right now there's probably an ending around either overgiving, or there's maybe an ending in a relationship that's not serving you, or a partnership that isn't working the best that it could. And you might really feel like you have to let go of some sort of business relationship or union or partnership right now at this time, to be able to invest in yourself, and if not lose it, like cut it off or divorce. It's like reprioritize self and putting yourself first. So and you also have Venus conjunct Jupiter, so in Pisces. So you're going to want to watch my Venus Pisces, my Pisces money video. But you've got Jupiter conjunct Venus, which is just gorgeous. So whatever hardships you face, you really can transcend those hardships with just this ability to understand unconditional love. And you have a really ferocious ability to love all living creatures, all living things. And you're quite a healer. You'll fight for others. You'll fight for others, but you also will fight for others by loving through the vessel of love too, loving other people. Okay, let's see. Is it Bethany's turn? Yeah, Bethany writes, "Hey Mare, could you please pull a tarot card for this group for a message about the month of April?" Yes. Yes. Okay, good. Susie's so on it, so Susie can help you with some of the questions that I can't get to. Wow, we have so many people here tonight. I'm so excited. Happy full moon. And I also want to hear, what are you guys letting go of? Tonight is asking you to let go of something. And like, I need to let go of some bad habits that, sabotage me. And I also need to let go of sadly, I have to let go of some friendships. And so the fact that this full moon is happening between Aries and Libra on that axis, and it's in harmony with the South Node and the North Node. So it might not be painful. In my March video, were you guys able to watch that video where I talked about the full moon, um, the magical month of March? Well, in that, I say I don't usually like full moons. I usually don't. But I like this full moon. I think this is a healthy full moon to have and a good one. 88 Jaden, I think she might have liked my mini reading because she just wrote, I'm shocked. Okay. This is for Bethany wants me to pick a card for all of you. Isn't that so sweet of her? So she wants a universal message for everyone in the month of April. Show me, what does this group need to hear? Let's see. Ace of Pentacles. So this, we were talking about money today and how to earn money. But Ace of Pentacles is really beautiful because there's like a new fortune for you. There's new prosperity for you. And this card is really beautiful. I don't know if you can see it, but look at the hand holding the coin. The Ace of Pentacles is rich, fertile soil and abundance for you to plant your prosperity seeds in. Wow, the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a time to focus on self and growing yourself and growing your abundance and stepping into your power and really embracing the courage right now to let go of limiting beliefs, to let go of ways in which you limit yourself, and step into your abundance. The Six of Swords is telling me that there is something in each of us that we could let go of to start to improve our lives again as we get back into our new normal, right? What do we need to walk away from right now? There's something in your life that is creating hardship for you. And look at this, the outcome is justice. So with the Justice card, this is quite beautiful because things will end up fair. Things will end up just right. Things will end up benefiting you. But it doesn't come without sort of letting go of how our lives are sabotaging us or what you yourself is doing in your life that is sabotaging you. So no more sabotaging. We have to kind of level up right now and embrace this beautiful new opportunity that's existing for all of us. Okay, Selena, hi, my darling. She's a super supporter. And welcome, my new super supporters. I hope you guys love it. And we'll send out your perks. It takes a couple of days, so give me like 3 days to get it all together because it's quite a lot to do. And you have to email me at soulnavigation1111@gmail.com all your birth information. And once we receive it, we'll send you out all your free perks. And you get your horoscope for the whole entire year. Just that alone, it's like 300 pages, but we email it, we don't hard copy it. So welcome. I'm so excited. I have almost 400 people here. Okay, as long as I have like 400 people here, I'll stay a little longer. Let's see, what does Selena say? Hi, Meredith. I have Neptune and Sag in the 6th. Okay. Wow, well, that's not simple. I plan to watch the video tonight. Just jumping in, is there another planet we should be looking at? Pisces, Cancer, another sign or another planet. Neptune and Sag in the 6th, it's like you're a very practical dreamer. There's a part of you that can like dream in a very pragmatic way. And so your daily duties are going to be done in a Sagittarius kind of way. So when you think of yourself with that Sagittarius video that I did this morning, I want you to think about Sag is in your house of health and wellness and also self-mastery. So how you will want to master yourself or your life will be in a very Neptunian Sagittarius way. And you will probably get a lot out of that video, and that will show you how you do your daily routine or daily life, your health and your wellness. I feel like, I think you should just watch that video and you'll really like it. I think you're going to like it. Okay, what else do we have here? Caricia. Welcome, super supporter. Afshin Ami says, my understanding is Taurus is the most boring, scared, lazy, stubborn sign. Am I right? Well, I think Capricorn could give Taurus a run for their money. Just to be honest. Oh my God, you guys are so cute. 402 people are here. Okay, you're motivating me to stay on. I would say Taurus can be those things, but you know, any sign in its shadow can be just awful, right? Like Sagittarius, for example, in its shadow, it can be bombastic and full of hot air and a self-righteous, bigoted know-it-all. And it can be, you know, guns and ammo and like, you know, whatever they wrap their head around, whatever belief system they wrap their head around, they can be indignant and intolerant and a big mouth, right? So I'd rather have boring and a little scared and lazy. So you're not wrong, but I think that there are other signs that their shadow side would also be kind of unbearable. The shadow side of any sign, the shadow side does not discriminate. Every sign has got ugly, ugly aspects to it. So the beautiful thing about Taurus is that it's extraordinarily loyal and it is very committed and it can build its empire brick by brick, stone by stone. And it has a patience that other signs don't have. The other thing that I had to come to really appreciate Taurus energy. I don't have it in my chart, but it is my North Node. And so it was very foreign to me for a very long time. And I did my Taurus rising video, which was pretty intense. I made a lot of Tauruses kind of mad at me. They felt like I wasn't that flattering. They felt like I was, you know, really like picking on them because I talked a lot about their shadow side and what's hard about being a Taurus. So you should watch my Taurus rising video. So because I really go into like the deep truth and kind of the ugly truth of Taurus in that video. Let's see. So Baja, you know, she says, my whole family are air prominent. Not me, I'm water. Well, you came as the triage unit to help your family understand feelings and help your family understand the value of emotions. So you must feel lonely at times, but sure that you are very good for them. Let's see. Sarah Pratt, welcome. Welcome to my super supporter. I'm going to do another video for my super supporters soon. Susie writes anything for Meredith. I called her. Susie, I called you 911. Let me see if Susie will come help me. Oh my God, I can't do this. I'm so overwhelmed. I thought I was going to have like 20 people here today. And so I thought I could just do it. So I didn't ask Susie to come. And she's busy in Florida and it's late at night. And so I'm so glad that you're here. And I'm glad you can answer a lot of these questions for people. The yod is very interesting. You know, not a lot of people have a yod. So I'm not surprised. But you can probably find, like what I was saying about the family tree, you can probably find other aspects that you have in common. Let's see. Alien in the Woods, 9th house Leo will be a warrior too. Absolutely. That's both fire house, fire sign. Helena, how do I become a super supporter? Gosh, Susie, can you put the link there again? If you scroll up, I think, Helena, if you can scroll up, Susie already put the link above. I think you guys can throw up. Dayanya, you're cute. She's like, I wasn't mad at you. I'm a Taurus rising. Thank God. That's so sweet. Christy, Sag girl, just joined. Sag Sun, Sag Venus in the 5th, Jupiter and Leo. Thank you for what you do. Oh, that's so sweet. So, Christy, you have to watch the video. That's what I was talking about. You have to watch my Sagittarius money video that I did today. And Sagittariuses are really funny because, Sagittarius is the gambler, but Sag really is one of the few signs that does not have a problem gambling on itself. So Sag will take the hit and will gamble on itself. And if you're involved with a Sag, you really, or Sag and Venus, or let me repeat these, okay? This is kind of important. Or if you have Jupiter in the 2nd, Jupiter in the 10th, Jupiter in Sag, if you've got Venus in Sag, especially if you have Jupiter rising, Sag moon, if you've got Jupiter conjunct the sun, that's very Sagittarius quality. Do not miss that video. And here's the funny thing. Sages, and I say this in the video, Sages are, out of all 12 signs, they are 2nd or 3rd to the bottom for wealth. Yeah. They're the 2nd or 3rd to the bottom for wealth. So they land at like 9 or 10. Why is that? They're not attached to money like other signs. And so if you're a Taurus or if you're a Virgo or if you're a Capricorn, this part of Sagittarius, if you don't understand why they don't have attachment to money like other signs, this video will really, really help you understand what motivates them. And when Sagittarius becomes a millionaire, because the title is How Do Sagittariuses Get Rich? And I tell you that secret in the video, it's because, it's because Sag has stepped into its glory and its passion. So, and I also tell you in that video how you can kill a Sagittarius really easily. How to kill a Sagittarius. That should be my next series. How to kill a Scorpio. How to kill a Sagittarius. I think YouTube will probably ban me. Oh, thank you, Alex. Where are you from? He says, your Sag video this morning was outstanding. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Do you have any available readings for tonight? I love you. That's Elizabeth. I don't personally. My schedule is booked out, but my team, I think they're all kind of in bed because 3 of them are on the East Coast. Susie's here. Maybe Susie can do a reading for you. I don't know. I don't want to put Susie in that predicament, but Susie probably could do it tomorrow. But go on soulnavigation.com and then click on the book now button. And then you can see the whole team of readers. Click on each reader or the one that you would most want. Everybody can do astrology. But some of the people have other skills and gifts too. Everybody can do tarot. Everybody can do astrology. And they probably have some availability for tomorrow morning. So what do you say to that, Susie? So just go to soulnavigation.com, click on the book now, and then you can pick somebody who has availability. And I know you will love it. You guys, this team, I have to tell you, this team of readers that I brought on, Susie's one of them. She's here, Susie Evolutionary. She has the little wrench by her name. She's the one helping me. And I have Kira, Henny, Connie Jo, and Stacy. They're so gifted. I wish I could show you the text messages that I get from my clients that are like, oh my God, Connie Jo or Susie or Kira or Stacy or Henny blew my mind. Like, they're amazing readers. I didn't pick just anybody. I chose these 5 people from all around the world, and it was just an amazing process. So anyways, I really recommend, if you want to understand your chart, get a reading from Susie or someone else on Team Soul Navigation. You will love it. Oh, good. I'm glad Warren laughed at me. Yeah, how to kill a Sagittarius. Is it restrictions? Kind of. It kind of is. It's a death by a lack of passion. So if you are a Sagittarius and you have no passion, or you don't know what your passion is, you literally can't find your heartbeat. Like you can't find it. So Susie's booked, but you can jump on her calendar. She had a cancellation for Wednesday. So go check out her calendar. If you want to cut and paste your full slate, Susie, right here, put it here and you guys can book with Susie. She can read your chart for you and tell you what videos to watch, what and where your planets are. Aw, Christy Sag girl. Thank you so much. You are so knowledgeable. I love your passion. Well, I am a Sagittarius and I do love this work. And more than anything, I love, I'm getting older. I'm not getting younger. And I want to pass the baton. I want to pass the torch. I don't want all this to, I don't want to die with all this inside of me. I want you guys to be able to see how complex, you know, how complex astrology is, but I want you to start learning about the complexity. So, Elizabeth, can you predict the husband in astrology? Yes, you can. I predicted my own husband. I predicted me getting married, and I predicted the sign and pretty much when it would happen. And it came true. I mean, I was just like blown away. Uh, I was just, wow, I am going to meet and marry an Aquarian. And I met and married an Aquarian at 52 years old. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Susie writes, can we do a marry? And then she says a naughty word. A marry and kill video. Yeah, that would be funny. Selena says, I had a reading with Connie Joe and it was so good. I can't wait to get to know the other readers too. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. If you guys want to look at your progress chart or advanced transits and you can't get on my calendar is booked like 6 weeks in advance. But if you can't get on my calendar, and even if you can get on my calendar, you should just try Connie Joe for progressions. She's absolutely amazing. And the progress chart is, who are you right now? What does your life say about you right this minute? Stan, how do you predict marriage? Frank, does Susie have a moon in Libra? No, but I can see why you think that. She has a moon in Aries. The opposite. You don't mess with Susie's moon. And she's ruled by that moon too, because she's a Cancer. Okay, everybody, Susie put her full slate calendar in the comments, so you can click on that and you can go look at her availability. And it's affordable, it's easy. I mean, invest in yourself. Meredith can predict anything. That's funny. Let's see. Yes, I know. Susie is such a beautiful person, inside and out. And she's funny as all get out. She is so funny. She'll make you pee your pants laughing. Okay, let's just see. Stan asked me, how do I predict? Well, and if you're a super supporter, you get to learn about this because I talk to you about the soulmate and how to, in my behind the scenes videos. I don't have them out on my main channel, but for my super supporters, I did my whole soulmate love mate series, and I kind of teach you about how to see a soulmate in a chart. But I'll just give you something really quickly. How you predict marriage is you really have to work with the progress chart because you're talking about right now. You don't really work with the natal chart as much. So the progression is, who am I today? So you work with the progress chart and the transit chart. And when certain transits hit your 7th house, that triggers a marriage. So you're working with your progress chart as if it was your natal chart. And then you're putting the transits around. And when there are triggers to Saturn and Venus, that brings in a love commitment and the 7th house. So also, like I talk in my super supporters, my secret videos, I talk about how I can also see death in a chart. So you can see it all. You have to, you have to be a little bit patient though. because it's a lot to unravel. Alien in the Woods. I'm trying to join, but Google hates me. That's okay. Well, we hope you come join. We hope Google eventually friends you and you'll become a super supporter. Um, I need you to tell me who I'm going to marry. Yeah, it's fun to do a marriage reading. You got to get a reading. It takes a lot. You can't just look at a chart and go, "Oh, boom, you're going to, you really have to work with the science of it." Oh my God, there's 500 people here tonight. What am I going to do with all of you? um, I'm reading the comments, so forgive me. Cheers. So I want to know who's on here out of these 505 people that lives the farthest away from me in Seattle. Where would that even be? I don't know. I guess that would be like maybe China. I don't know. Who lives the farthest away from me? I want to know, where do you guys live? I can tell there's such a global attraction to this channel that I just love it. It feeds my little Sagittarius soul. Death reading doesn't sound fun though. No, it's not, Stan. And what was really hard, and I say this in my secret super supporters video, is when my dad was deathly ill, I wanted to know what I was dealing with. And I went to a renowned astrologer who I love and I adore. But I could see, I'd already been doing astrology for 16 years at that time. I could see very, very clearly I was standing in a death transit. So I went to this astrologer and I asked, am I in a death transit? And he told me, you're in a metamorphosis transit. I don't think he had the heart to crush my own heart. I could see it so friggin' clearly. And it happened. And one of the things that happened out of being able to see the death of my father in my own chart, I saw it in my chart about him, and I saw it in his chart about him, is that I got a lot of things were birthed out of that. I had been doing astrology for 16 years, but I saw the profundity of astrology in that moment. And if I can say it was a gift, I mean, his death was not a gift, but the fact that I saw it, I wasn't in denial of it. I could read it, and then it was so. I got chills. It gave me a whole deeper belief system in the work that I was doing. So I found that little blessing in that. It was very painful, though. One of the hardest times of my life. Australian. Orion cluster. That's funny. I live in Australia. 1111. Yeah. Eli Santiago. That's how my dad comes to me. My God. And you just put that down there. He comes to me at 1111. You guys, let me tell you the weirdest thing that happened last night. It was crazy. She has not seen the YouTube chat feed, is she? Is that me? I am. I'm trying to read it and talk, but did I miss something big? California, more Florida in the house. Tennessee, Florida. Okay, I'll go back to this because I really wanted to know. You guys are sweet. It's mostly United States, but Australia's up because it's tomorrow. Connecticut, Philippines. That's pretty far from me. I think you, music lover, you might be the farthest person so far. Denmark, how beautiful. Ruta, I want to go to Denmark. Will you show me around? I've never been. I've traveled a lot. I've been a lot of places, but I've never been to Denmark. Can you believe it? Elspeth says, I'm Australian in Detroit, you poor thing. Why would you ever leave Australia for Detroit? Okay, Helena, thank you for that. New York City. Oh, Alex, awesome. I used to live in New York at 1234 Madison Avenue. That was actually my address. It was super fun. You are an international Sag. I know. It's funny. It's a really great thing to be. I love diversity. I love different people. I love studying different cultures, food, ethnicities, all of that. It's so fun. So I just appreciate the diversity here. Okay, let me tell you this interesting thing that happened last night. This is crazy, and I think I can even prove it to you. Let me see if I can. So last night, it was the sweetest thing. I had my parents over and I had my little niece over too. She's not all that little because she is 19 years old. Anyways, we were having a goodbye party for her. I think I can prove this to you. I don't know if I can prove it to you. Shoot. Can I prove it to you? Hold on. I want to try to prove this to you. Here it is. You guys won't believe this story. This story is so stinking cool. So one of the things I am, and I also got this from my father's death. He died in 2004, and in 4 years, and I think he helped me develop it. I developed the talent, the ability, the gift to become a medium because he started to communicate with me, and he opened up my psychic realm to the mediumship realm. Anyways, he comes and he visits me through giving me the number 1111 all the time when I'm not paying attention, when I'm not looking. So last night, I have my 83-year-old stepfather over and my mom and my daughter, who is 14, and my niece, who is 20, and my husband. And my stepfather he's the Aquarius, Sag rising, Sag moon that I talked about earlier. He actually has gone on this big spiritual journey. His mom died when she was 100 years old and he was 60. And he wasn't a believer in any of this stuff. And then I sort of took him into this world, and now he receives visitations from his mom, and he is of the great generation. I mean, he was born in 1938. So how many people born in 1938 are even on this feed or would listen to something like this, right? There's a rigidity that's set inside of people born of that generation. But at 60 years old, when he lost his mom, he really opened up to the spiritual world. And I took him to see a world-renowned medium. And out of 800 people, he was chosen. And it really was chosen. I mean, I was sitting there. I can't even believe. I just wanted him to see the experience, but he was chosen out of the audience, and he blubbered like a little baby because his mom came through and said things that nobody could ever know. Anyways, saying that, we were at dinner last night, and he asked my niece, who's 20 years old, do you believe in spirits? Do you believe in people being able to communicate from the other side? And she said, yes, I do. So my whole family's conversation, which, by the way, my family's kind of like traditional and they're not woo-woos, but we were talking about spirits and spirits visiting. And my niece said, but I wonder how I can get those who've crossed over, like, to communicate more with me. And he said, this is her grandfather. He said, you have to have an open mind. You have to want it. You have to believe in it. You have to have an open heart. And he said, and that's what they call me. That's what Mary has taught me. So we all went around the room and we talked about, have you ever encountered a ghost? Have you ever encountered spirit communication? Have you ever received communication from somebody who's crossed over or passed away or whatever? And the conversation was so riveting and so fun. And I was just sitting there because there's like 4 generations talking about this. And I don't think this happens in a lot of families or even in a lot of conversations that we could be so open. But I'm ready to go to bed. I tuck myself in and I'm washing my face. And I go to turn off the music from Spotify on my Sonos, and it won't turn off. And I have my phone, and it won't turn off because I'm ready to go to bed. And so I pick it up and I glance at it, and I swear to God, look at this. I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you see this? It's 11:11. That's my dad. And look at the song that was playing. You Are My Sunshine. And I could not get this to turn off. I was just like, he never disappoints me. And one of the last things that my dad said to me when he passed away is he said, I said, Dad, when you get to the other side, will you promise me that you will communicate with me? And he said, I don't want to make that promise to you. And I said, please, please make that promise to me, because when you get there, you're going to find out that you can. So will you? And he said, Mary, I don't want to do that to you. I don't want to devastate you. I don't want to crush you. I don't want to make those kinds of promises and then I can't deliver and then your whole life is ruined. I'm not going to make that promise to you. And I said, make the promise to me that if you can, you will. And if you can't, then I learn a whole new set of lessons around that. And I promise you, it won't devastate me, but please, 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 please come to me. And he started bringing me the 1111. He started stalking me with it. Like boom, boom, boom. It wouldn't get out of my way. And it's always when I'm not looking. And we were talking about spirits and we were talking about, you know, how does it happen? And I got tucked into bed with him with the song, You Are My Sunshine. Oh, I could just cry. Yeah, it was so sweet. Yeah, and thank you for that, Eli Santiago. I want to have that name, Meredith Santiago. Um, Eli writes, I hope I can talk about things like that with my family and with an open heart and mind. That is rare. I agree. And I couldn't have talked that way with my stepdad before he was 60. He's 83 now. So for the last 20 years, we've had that. But prior to that, I mean, there's no way. He was no believer of any sort. Oh, Susie says, my dad plays Jimmy Durante in the car all the time. That's funny. She's a New Yorker. So, of course, right? You guys are sweet. Do you guys have more questions? I really want to say to you that Heidi wrote, I just booked a reading with Hinny and I'm so excited. Hinny, they are amazing. And if you want a very soulful reading, like deep in the soul healing reading, book a reading from Team Soul Navigation at soulnavigation.com. Click on the book now and click Hinny. He is amazing. If you're a medium, can you choose when to communicate or do they have to want to? Chironic Astrology, that's a cool name. Tell me about you. You know what I do? Now, my mediumship is not just like, oh, I'm feeling a person named Mary sitting here. It doesn't work that way for me. It's different for everybody. But what I do is I have to have the reading booked in advance. And then I go into trance and meditation the night before and I call the spirit, I call their soul, the one that has crossed over, to be with me and to speak to me and to connect with me. And they sleep with me all night. I mean, it sounds funny. And I receive messages in my dreams and I receive messages when I'm brushing my teeth, but I call for them and they come through usually 90% of the time. And they bring me messages for the loved one left on earth. And they're usually pretty profound and very specific. So it's a really interesting process for me. And then when I'm doing my mediumship reading, I can't make eye contact with the person here. I have to be in the energy of the person on the other side. Otherwise, I'll lose my connection. So I'm in a trance when I do my mediumship readings, but they've been very healing and they've been very powerful. What does Gal want? That's so sweet. 39. You're just being sweet. She wrote mood. Is it ruples? I don't know what RUB. What's that currency? It's very sweet. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Oh, you're just sending me some love. That's so sweet of you. I really appreciate it. Oh my God, I have almost 600 people here. You guys are so stinking sweet. Wow. Well, Elizabeth Nicole asks, she's been having dreams about this guy who might be a twin flame. Is that possible? Yes, absolutely. That's possible. But twin flame relationships are pretty rare. Everybody thinks they've got, oh, I'm in a twin flame relationship. No, they're very, very rare. And that's one of the other things. My little niece asked me last night, what is a twin flame and what is a soulmate? Well, guess what? Kira, I'm shuffling my cards. Kira from Soul Navigation is going to do a whole series on that in a couple of weeks. And she's going to talk about both. And if you want to have a twin flame reading or a soulmate reading, you should book a reading with Kira. It looks like Sierra, but it's Kira at soulnavigation.com. She is amazing. So I guess the last thing I want to tell you guys is that the energy right now, let me bring up the chart for right now. Let me just tell you, right now you should really pay attention. Oh, it's Ruples. That's what I thought. From Moscow, maybe you're the farthest away from me. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. I love that I have somebody from Moscow. I'm in Seattle. Let's trade places for a night here. That's very sweet of you, gal. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Mwah. I'm sending you so much love. Okay, good. Susie's talking twin flames to you guys. So while Susie talks to you about that, I'm going to share with you tonight with this full moon. We've got the chart right here. I know you can't see it. I wish I could put it up there. It's going to make my camera go out of focus. But this is the chart. So this is what I want to ask you. You have to see full moons. They're really beautiful, right? Full moons are so gorgeous, but they're treacherous. And they usually bring in an illumination of truth. Like they bring in hard truths that you see very clearly. And when you see the truth inside the full moon, it can leave you sad or melancholy. It's almost like your horse blinders have been removed and there's a big reveal. And in the big reveal, you will be forced to see the truth, work with the truth, and probably let go of something in your life to accommodate this new truth. So, for example, oh, Gal, you're so cute. You're so stinking cute. Thanks, Gal. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I'm reading all your comments. What I was going to say is that when the full moon is in Libra and Aries, you're looking at, you are working with, Aries is about my own internal power, my warrior, my plight and my flight, my plight and my fight and my might. And deep personal power is in challenge with my relationships. So having the courage to, not necessarily in a bitchy or selfish way, but having the courage to accommodate my own agenda and my own needs in strength, in integrity, and in my power. I just got chills from that. Rather than accommodating the other person, Libra, who may not be on the same page as me or in my passion or in alignment with me or good for me, or I might see the truth about another person or a contract that I've made, a business contract, a business deal, some sort of partnership. There's illumination around partnership that isn't probably everything I thought it was. Now, can anybody relate to this? Especially if you are an Aries or a Libra. And so there's a part of you that is being asked to put your own self and agenda front and center. And I don't mean it in a selfish way. I just mean it in a steely determination way, where I'm not going to leak my power out, accommodating in a Libra way your needs that sabotage my passion, sabotage my goals, sabotage my money, sabotage my energy, vampires suck me first. And so this Libra Aries axis is about me and you, except in that example, I am you. So you, right? You, me, my needs, and you, your needs. So it's on the axis of personal self versus relationship, and how much energy do I plug into all of my other contracts and people. And it can be painful. But the reason why I like this, Gal's drinking some wine. She's just so generous with me. I love her. Thank you. It's actually probably coffee. I have a feeling it's in the morning. You are a sweetheart. She just gave me 200 more ruples. Is that how I say it? It's so sweet of you. She says, your Mars sign series helped me in a relationship with a Leo man, Mars and Gemini. Oh, that's good. You should also, if you really want to understand a Leo man, if you're still involved, you really should watch my Leo rising video. That might make you cry because I take their mask off. I take Leo's mask off and show you what's down deep underneath. So are you guys, Gal, you're rich in ruples. She's so generous and so stinking sweet. I really appreciate you. I love you. You're a doll. Um, and so I'm reading all your comments. Thank you. Sorry, I'm pausing. Oh, I appreciate that wildflower. So have you guys felt anything yet on this full moon? So it's just happened, but you will see that Gal, thank you. You will see that you might feel a little bit melancholy. But one of the reasons why I really liked this full moon, and I told you before, I don't really love full moon energy. I love looking at it. It's beautiful in the sky. But this full moon is kind of cool because it's in a really good aspect with Saturn and Jupiter wide, and it's in a really good aspect with the Gemini and Sagittarius nodal axis. So I don't want you guys to look at the loss. I want you guys to look at what you're going to gain. So yeah, you're going to give up butter, but you're going to gain losing weight, right? So it's, although that's a silly analogy, what I'm just saying is I want you to focus on the things that you are actually going to attract into your life and receive and get, because these are huge blessings right now. These are destined blessings. And if I have a Sagittarius or a Gemini, or an Aries or a Libra or an Aquarius, let me think about this for a minute, or a Leo, so basically a fire or air sign, this full moon is a lot easier for you. And you will feel like you might be rearranging the pieces in your life, but it doesn't crush you like other full moons. It doesn't just knock you out. I have Aries in my 7th house. So I see my partner as the same as me. Oh, interesting. I have a reverse zodiacal chart. Yeah, so that's really interesting. And that's for anybody who has Libra rising or some late Virgo risings. So you have a reverse chart if you are Libra rising or late Virgo rising. And that's Susie. Alien in the woods. My partner passed on a full moon. Wow. So let's talk about that really quickly. One of the things I can do, okay? So I've done this so many times. I do death chart readings, and it's not really even that. So a death chart reading is I take the time, if anybody passes away on you, make sure you get the exact time of death. Because what we're going to do is we're going to do a birth chart. So a death chart is not really a death chart. A death chart is actually a new birth chart. I'm not really laughing, but it sounds complicated. And Alien in the Woods is making me think about this. So, okay, maybe Susie can answer some of those questions. But the death, what I do with the death chart is I put the person's I put the person who passed away, I put their natal chart in the center, and then I wrap their death chart, which is just another birth chart, on the outside of it. And I can see the portal in which they passed away through. So, did they pass away through a Mars portal, which is like an accident, an amputation, a cut, a wound, bleeding to death? Did they pass away through a Neptune transit, a Neptune aspect, which is like dying in your sleep, or a drug overdose where you float off into la la land, literally? Um, and Oh, wow. Alien in the Woods said she was hit by a train at 2:20 p.m. on October 11th, 2011. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And if we did that chart and we did that with her chart, we would probably see accident like that. So we would look to Uranus. And so if somebody dies with a Pluto aspect, a big Pluto aspect, this is like very deeply transformative and transformational. And this death is not that any death is a small thing, but this is prominent probably in survivors' lives. This is probably something so impactful that the people who are left may never recover. So it's just, maybe they died and they had small children, or maybe they died and they had attachments that were so deep that it is their death will be transformative for all of the survivors. Not that not every death is like that, but this is like really visceral and very prominent. Yeah, Alien in the Woods, I'm sorry too. That is horrifying. Um, Interesting. Well, I wouldn't feel confident just knowing the death and then the Sag. I wouldn't feel confident being able to make any assessments about that because it is really sensitive work to do death chart readings. But for example, I had this client whose husband died, and she never knew the true reason on how he died. So the cause of death was listed as, I think, cardiac arrest or something, but like his heart stopped. But she didn't quite believe it. So she came to me for a reading and she said, "Is there any way that you could tell me the truth about how my husband died? And I don't care what it was. I I don't have any judgment. You can tell me anything." Well, I'm very, very nervous about doing readings like that because the last thing I want to do is give somebody more grief and more pain and more sadness to deal with. And she said, "I just don't think that I got the actual story." So I could see pretty clearly in the chart just by taking the time of death and his natal chart and putting them together, the natal chart in the middle and then the death chart on the outside. I could see pretty clearly that this was a drug overdose. And I asked her, I said, "Did your husband have an issue with drugs or alcohol?" I felt it was more like drugs, though, like uppers, not downers. So the way the aspect was, I can't recall, but I just remember my reading with her. I saw more like cocaine and stimulants rather than like mushrooms or marijuana or sedatives, sleeping pills or whatever. So she told me that did they would she tell me she said that he did have a cocaine addiction many years ago, and he was acting really weird and really funny and bizarre. He was sober, he was clean and sober, but then he was acting really weird and really bizarre and like taking weird timeouts and coming back, and she just felt something was really off. And so she had asked the medical examiner to test for certain things, and they did, and it came back that he had OD'd on Oxycontin, and there was a trace of fentanyl in his system, and there was a trace of cocaine. But, you know, they didn't do that toxicology report without her request. So I thought they did toxicology no matter what, but I guess maybe just here in Seattle they don't. But that was very, very interesting. And it gave her, in an odd way, it gave her peace because he was relapsing. She was wondering if he was. And, you know, she asked me this very profound question, you know, do I need to tell anyone or can we just leave it as it is? I'm like, that's up to you. You do what's right for you. You know, I have no judgment on that. But you can see those things. You can see how or why they left. You can also see in a death chart if, and I don't mean to be morbid in this conversation, but, um, you know, you can see if it was kind of an accident, like premature, leaving this earth prematurely, or if it was truly in their contract, karmic contract. If it was an act of free will mistake, or if it really was their time, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. So do you guys have any other questions? Should we call it a night? I hate leaving you. I probably should go walk my dog and feed my family. I wish you guys could see my cat here. She's so cute. Let me see. Look at her. She's just watching everybody. She's so stinking cute. Anyways, are you guys all following me on Instagram? I'm also on TikTok now, Soul Navigation, and I'm doing tarot card readings over on TikTok. That's a lot of fun. I'm doing kind of dailies over there every other day. And then I'm going to be doing some lives with my team. So you'll be able to see Susie and we'll be able to have a conversation together. And it'll be fun. So I'm going to bring some of my readers on board to do these lives with me. Let's just see. Meredith, while still having this opportunity today, I want to thank you so much for your wisdom and teachings. Your videos are eye-opening and useful. Please keep up the amazing work. Aw, you're just a love. Thank you, gal. Thank you so much for being so generous with me too. I really appreciate it. Okay, you guys, I just love being here for you. Oh, Susie, thanks. It's not morbid. This is a metaphysical channel. Yeah. Cosmic Lou. Hey, I never thought I'd actually catch you live. Hi. Aw. I love that you're a medium and read tarot. That's the journey that I'm on. Should let you rest. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Frank. Well, you guys also, if you missed pieces of this, go back to the beginning and watch again. But everybody go watch that Sagittarius. Everybody has Sagittarius in their chart somewhere. Watch the Sagittarius money video. You'll get a lot out of it, especially if you know Sagittarius is. I love you all. You take really good care of you. I can't believe there were almost 700 people here today, and I'm just so touched. I love that you guys love learning, and it's such a smart group. Take good care of yourselves. Okay, bye. Take care.